Good morning. To begin, can you please introduce yourself and give us a short summary of your profession?
Okay, this is Sudhaker Menon. I own a business called Planet of Wine. It's a liquor and wine store in Linden, New Jersey.
So, why did you start this business? What got you interested in the liquor industry?
Um, it's a long story, but I'll just give you a short synopsis on that. I'm basically an IT professional. That's where I made my money first, and I just wanted to diversify my line of business and got into liquor because that was one recession proof. And during COVID times, that really showed us, what a good investment that was. So that was the reason why, I didn't want to be invested in the business similar to IT. I just wanted something completely different. So that's the reason why I got into that. Basically, because it's a recession proof. People drink whether they're happy or they're sad. Yeah.
Yeah. So how has the COVID-19 pandemic affected your business? What was unique about the sales?
I think people staying at home really prompted the increase in the sales. I think kids staying home, after a while, the parents didn't know what to do except to take to drinking. Nothing else was open. They couldn't spend the money. Government was giving a lot of money. I think additional $600 on unemployment. So with all that said, they had higher disposable income to indulge in things to keep themselves sane. You and then people working from home after 5 o'clock, they had no place to go but to open up a bottle of wine and drink. I think that's what prompted, because higher disposable income, government support, and nothing else were open. Yeah. Only two things they could spend money was on either food, which was a grocery store, or liquor. That was it.
So, how have you had to adapt your business in order to survive the pandemic? And how did you keep yourself and your employees safe?
Obviously, we had to make a lot of changes in how the customers came into our place of business, how we had to be protecting ourselves with gloves and masks, and having every customer walk in with masks and gloves. If they didn't have it, we would provide it for them. And then we had the social distancing. We had maps drawn out so that people are not, and we had security people and my staff would direct people to go to a certain place where, not to overcrowd in one location, or we didn't let more than 5 people into the store also in the beginning stages. And But masks were very, very important. We had sanitizers, hand sanitizers. We cleaned all surfaces touched by customers, like the register areas. All that was strictly followed.
It seemed like you took good precautions. So, since you are the owner, did you have to go in every day to make sure that everything was being done correctly?
Well, I had managers there making sure this is all done, and if I didn't go in, I would go only 2 days to 3 days a week. The rest of the time, I could watch the store from my camera system set up at my house. So I would monitor if I'm not in the store, because I just need to protect myself too. I mean, because going in would have been riskier. So so I did have all the managers work. If they worked overtime, they were paid extra to make sure that they came in to work. The incentives were there for them to come in. Um, so yeah, we made sure that, and all the employees were briefed how to clean and how to conduct themselves on a day-to-day basis.
So, how has the work atmosphere changed, and if so, how?
I think the work atmosphere has changed maybe for the better. One thing is um, all the employees started taking the cleanliness effect, more effectively. The aspect of being, clean around. So we would mop the store in the morning and evening. We would clean all our computer systems and the register areas every 2 hours, and we had this high effective alcohol in our disposal. The 195 proof alcohol, which is 96% alcohol, which has killed everything in sight. So we used that, which was very expensive, but we that's what we had to use to keep ourselves and our customers and employees safe.
Did the pandemic affect family time? Did it cut down on family time?
No, I think it increased the family time, at least for in my case, because if I was just going in 2 or 3 days in a week, the rest of the time I was spending time with my family. So yes, of course, for my employees, it did affect a bit because they were working a little extra just to clean the place up and so, but they were compensated for that, um, and it might have affected their family time, thinking of which, but the only thing we could do is to give them compensate for that.
So do you think that having your own business has helped you or hurt you during the pandemic?
It definitely helped, um, because uh, thank God for this business, which wasn't part of the closure, and we were able to be open from the day one. We were not closed even a single day, so that definitely helped me and my employees, I think.
How did you manage to keep your work and your personal life separated?
Well, in general, of course, I did have to work more hours because it's your own business. But then with the right set of employees, I think I just found the right set of people for the last 2 years. So that has helped me out to spend more time with my family. Well, I don't think you can ever separate it. I mean, the personal, especially if you're a small business owner, it's always intertwined. My wife also did work in the store or helped me in accounting or in the payroll processing or something. So it was never a separated life. I mean, I think it was together for me. I mean, my personal and my business were almost intertwined most of the time. You know except when I'm on vacation.
Okay. So, is there anything that you wish you had done differently?
Yes, I think I should have had my, before the pandemic, if I had my delivery systems on online delivery system, because that we are just ramping it up now. Um, I think if I had a good thing, my business would have been a lot better. I think I regret that not having a good online presence or where they could buy over the computer or an app and a delivery system. If I had all that set up before the pandemic, it would have been nice. But no, that's the only thing I regret about and not being ready for that. You know. And how the business is going to change in the future is definitely that. I think everything is going to be mostly online. That's what is the changes which I see.
Yeah, that's true. I can already see changes like everywhere right now.
Yeah.
Um, so what's something that you're looking forward to doing in the future, whether it's business-wise or personal-wise?
Um, well, business wise, definitely we wanted to improve our delivery system, have all that in place. We are going to be investing in uh, drivers and delivery vehicles, and that's the business because that's going to be the future. or at least the foreseeable future. Um, in the personal life, I think spend more time with the family, because I think this pandemic has given us an insight into what you could lose, and very quickly. If you don't have life, I mean, if you're not alive, there's no point in working hard. So do what's very important in life is what I've learned from this pandemic.
That's true. I think it's taught a lot of people the meaning of life and the value of it.
And
Um,
also I've seen people, the difference in what they buy now, because they feel, for Father's Day, for example, it was June, the third week, whenever that was. I saw people buying better gifts for the fathers, uh, a more expensive liquor, because they said, he's alive today, maybe he's not going to be alive later, so let's give him the best gift. So they were not cringing on what they were buying for the fathers. And I seen that. um, so it's been one of the best Father's Day season ever. I've been in business for 22 years, and this has been the best Father's Day for business wise. So I think people realize that life is short. It's changed the meaning of life. Is what I felt. People are not worried about. Obviously, they're worried about the life, but then they're not worried about money. They started spending more. Yeah.
what did you do to de-stress or take your mind off of work?
Um, Play with my son and the dog, my puppy. That's what has been de-stressing. And then I take my pup to work sometimes, and have wanted my employees to de-stress. I mean, that's even more important for me, to for them to de-stress. So these are the few things. I mean, take long walks, with my family. That has definitely helped. And again, to know that this is what life is, and not worry about it. This is what it's going to be, the life for, at least the foreseeable future. I mean, I'm thinking at least for the next 5 years, things are going to be changed, and it's going to stay like that. At least 5 years is what people say it's 2 years, but I think it's going to be 5 years before all the effects of the economy. I think we have not even seen the economy go down yet. I think that is yet to come. Is what my fear is at this point. So de-stress as much as you want at this point, quickly, and nothing much you can do, right? This is act of God, and this is what has been. This is the cards which is dealt to you, and you need to just manage with whatever you have in front of you. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of things are out of our hands now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um, what was the hardest part of the pandemic for you, and how did you get through those hard times?
Hard times were, losing few friends, losing. I just lost my CPA 3 weeks back. A lot of my I lost a lot of my friends got affected. Lost few of them. That was probably the hardest. And then seeing friends and families, struggle through it. I've seen, known people, because out of work. I mean, who got laid off, or didn't have a job after that, couldn't find anything. Especially in different countries. I mean, especially where I come from in India, a lot of my family is affected by that. Yeah. So they are closed. The business, my brother owns a business in India. He's shut down. We don't know when he's going to be able to open up. So things like that. I mean, that is definitely probably the hardest thing. Not personally for me, in my family, in my household, but definitely in my friends and my extended family's household, I've seen it. That's probably the hardest thing. Losing friends, losing my CPA. I mean, it's a hard thing for me. You know, he's been my friend for over 16 years, so losing him was tough.
Yeah, I think that we don't understand how much people mean until they're gone, and
Yeah.
that's something this pandemic has really reinforced.
Hmm. Hmm.
And, death, it's a heavy thing and it shouldn't be taken lightly.
Hmm.
Um, so it was obviously like really heavy and tough on you.
Yeah.
So, how did you get through that?
Uh, well, you just reflect on the good times you had with people, and it's always hard. I mean, I don't think you can get over a death of a friend that easily. You know, I just lost a classmate in India a week and a half back. He's my age. I mean, just gone. So those kind of things really affect, and then you start reflecting on yourself and saying, let's all be a better person, better human. This time of trouble for all human beings at this point, I think is going through this. That's one thing which, as a community, I think we are trying to do that now. To get better at it, to help each other, um, and and go on with your life. I guess don't take things for granted. You know, that's one huge lesson I think we all have learned with this. You know, the pandemic has taught a lot of people to become good humans too. I've seen the change in people. People have become better humans. Um, at least people I keep meeting.
Yeah.
That is the point,
Um,
right? I mean, I'm a very positive looking person. I look for every adversity. I look at the positives in that, and then that's the only thing. You can just take negative, and then you go down, depressed. But if you from the adversity, you look at the positives, so then you can climb better heights.
let's let's move from the more of the heavy stuff. Um, what was your favorite part of quarantine?
Unfortunately, I've never been. I wasn't quarantined, because my business has been up and running, and I've been out. You just protect yourself and just go out is what I've been doing. So I don't have much experience with being quarantined. So I've been out and about almost every day. So to me, it's almost like a normal. A little abnormality which I see is there's no traffic on the road, on the highways. That's been the positives for me. Um, so I don't know what will happen when it goes back to normal. You know,
So, what does a typical, like a normal day in your life look like?
um, well, if the days I'm going to work, I get up, by about 10:30. I'm in the store. I have about 40 minutes of drive to my workplace, and then I just sit in my office and do my work. I mean, basically all mostly I'm on my computers. I mean, run numbers and see what or I have to work with the bank and take care of things that way. Then come home at about 5:30, 6 o'clock, and go for a long walk with the pup and my son and my wife. Um, that was pretty much it. I mean, just a normal life. The days I'm home, we take walks more morning and evening. Stay home, but then still I can work from home. So I do in about 3 to 4 hours of work, stay home.
To end, is there anything that this pandemic has taught you that you want to share with us or any advice you want to give?
Definitely, the most important lesson I've learned is don't take life that serious. I mean, it's not, because it goes out in a flash sometimes. So it's better to, enjoy, have fun, help others, be a good human, because that's the only thing I think, is going to be permanent. You know, the money, the business, all that can just be washed out so quickly, and you won't even know it. It's gone. So don't be high-handed. Don't be arrogant. Don't, when you have money, help others. That's the most important thing I can talk about, helping others. Um, because you have the money today, tomorrow it's gone. The business, you might have it today, tomorrow it's gone. All those things are can be taken away quickly, but the goodwill, what you have helped, other people's blessings, these are the only things I think is going to uh, you know stay with you. Yeah.
Also, any advice you want to give to other small business owners that might be watching?
Small business owners, me being one, keep at it. Work hard, help others if you can, in business, in other businesses. If you see a business struggling, work with them, give them advice, um, talk to them, figure out what is wrong, what went wrong. You know, help, help, help. That's the only thing I would give, because a lot of big businesses, I mean, meaning, like Hertz, I mean, Macy's, they're all going under. Doesn't matter how big the business is, still it can go down. Is something which this has taught us. So help others, work with others, treat your employees right. That is the most important thing. Which now, if I didn't have the right set of employees at my place of business, probably I wouldn't have been open. Because a lot of places call me up and say, "Hey, can you spare me an employee? I need it, because I don't have anybody to work." Or the person employee is sick, I need to replace them. Do you know anyone? I'm looking for people. I never had to ask for that to anyone, because all my employees were healthy, happy, and they took care of my business. So take care of them, they'll take care of you. Is the is the is the true thing I've learned. I mean, I did not understand it at that point, but when I really needed them, they all were there. Not one employee was sick. Not one employee took a day off. Everybody came in, worked cheerfully, because they knew I have their back. With that confidence, they worked. So take care of the employees. I mean, they are your wealth, not your money, not anything else. Your employees are the key. If they don't want to work, you have no business. You know. So help others. I mean, help others. Help your employees stay afloat. Take care of your employees. That's probably one of the best things I have done. I think I'm very lucky with that. That I have a great crew in my store. Thank you.
Thank you so much for interviewing with us.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity to share my views with you guys.